Hello everybody in YouTube world. So, what have I got here? It's definitely not rotary, and it's definitely not a Mazda. I had, over the past few months, and it has been a while since I last made a video, guys, so I'm going to apologise. I've been putting comments up there and trying to respond to everybody, but life, unfortunately, has been very much getting in the way of living. So, the RX-7 was going to be impractical. And I hate saying that because I sound like my wife. But the RX-7 is impractical for daily driving in any part of North America because, of course, the winter and the snow and everything else. And especially this year, we got pounded. Everybody on the East Coast did. As a result, realistically, the RX-7, bless it, it had to go. But not before I kept some things. So the raised wheels, I kept the Ariama Meyer exhaust, which I've actually had dreams about. We kept. I couldn't let this go. I've wanted one of these for so long. So I put the HKS one that was in my last video. I put the HKS one on it. Took the border titanium one off. I took the raised wheels off. And my buddy that actually bought the RX-7 from me had his own set of 18-inch wheels that he put on there, staggered fitment wheels. So it did open my garage up for some more 4G63T action, shall we say. Although not DSM, a lot of the tech in here, I guess, did end up in the Eclipse, in the 2G. I do miss my Eclipse, it was awesome. Great fun car. Actually, my wife misses it more than I do. But let's go to the engine. So, because I have started doing stuff to this car, guys. This is a 99 Evo 6 GSR in Reims Blue. Now, I googled Reims Blue. I think it's just about one of the rarest colours you can get for an Evo. I had no idea when I bought it how rare it was, but I really do like the colour. It does have flaws in the paint for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 15-year-old car and there's a couple of scuffs here and there, but I plan on taking care of that. Other than that, actually, it's ironic because there isn't a single stone chip in the front of the car, but the rear bumper does have a scratch in it. So, engine-wise, what have we got? There you go. Looks familiar. That is the 4G63 engine. This does have a hunking great big turbo. Like, absolutely ginormous turbo on there. I have to admit, I'll show you in a second. So, things inside here. Obviously, we've got the boost sensor for the gauge. I'll come on to that in a minute. Cusco sway bar, front and rear. I'm not going to bother popping the trunk to show you. Rally Art, oil cap. Just have something shiny and red on there instead of black plastic. And Grady Type V, FV blower valve that I've put in there. And this is the intake. Now, this is what came with the car, and I was going to replace it. It is Kevlar, and if it'll ever focus because of the lighting, it is actually like a K&N V-band on there. Well, let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. There is a K&N V-band on there, an adapter. But inside is a Blitz SUS intake. I don't really care about that. It looks good enough to me, but I was going to replace it because of the material fraying on the edge, and I was going to put like a really nice wet look carbon intake, a ram air on there, and feed the pipe right into the front bumper. But I sort of looked at the engineering behind this and it kind of made sense. It made a lot of sense, actually. Like, the shape of this funnel here goes right to the extremities of that fuse box. Now, the reason it does that is because it's deflecting all the heat from the engine, so you don't get what they call heat soak into your intake system, your pod air filter in there. That makes sense. That's absolutely logical. I really like the idea. The other reason it's this shape and that angle is because if we look at the hood, right here, we have a scoop. That scoop feeds cold air coming over the hood directly down into there, rams it down into that area. Anything I put on here right now isn't actually going to work as good as what's on there right now. The function, the form, and the engineering behind that is absolutely sound, and all I'll be doing is wasting money and time replacing it with anything else. As it happens, I am extremely happy with that. What I'll probably do is get some nice edging, take that off and put some nice edging on it, and make it look pretty. Other than that, I am really happy with everything inside there. The only thing I'm going to do temporarily is I've got a Turbo Smart boost controller I'm going to put in. Not to up the boost or anything, literally all it is for lag. I'm almost positive I won't be able to show you the size of this, and I'm sure there's better pictures out there, but that TD05 Turbo that's sat down there is ginormous. And it does suffer quite a lot with lag, so anything I can do to assist with spool, I want to do. Now then, moving on. Actually, real quick, I was doing some research. Now, I've got experience working with Subarus primarily, and the Tatrix 2.0 does work with this car, and I might have a play with it with ECU Explorer and Open ECU, and I might just do it all through that. The problem is in Nova Scotia, the lack of all-wheel drive dynos. There ain't none. Which opens you up to doing power pulls wherever you can. So, moving on. Interior. So, I mentioned the gauge sender at the first part of this video. So, since, you know, I like the gauge look, I put 3 Defi CR series 60mm link system in there. So, I've got boost, oil pressure, and oil temperature in there right now. There is a Blitz turbo timer, although I'm absolutely unsure as to why they put that in here. Every bit of data I've seen now suggests that you don't need one on water and oil-cooled turbos. They are pretty much redundant, as long as, you know, when you pull it into your house or you get into the end of your street, whatever, and you just drive normally, you're not coming onto a hard. Give her a second to cool down and she'll be absolutely fine, but there's no reason in this day and age for a turbo timer. Oil-cooled turbos, I would say yes, but oil and water, definitely not. There we go. So this is the Recaro interior in here. Again, lighting's my enemy. And down there, that's something I put in, that's the Rally Art shift knob. Actually quite nice. And if I move around, back here, we have the HKS Dragger exhaust. Sounds fantastic, actually. Not overpowering, just a nice tone to it. That's the scuff I was telling you about, and the previous owners tried to repair it. I'm going to have to buff all that junk off and then do a nice job of that scratch. That's the back end. Look at that wing. Adjustable rear wing. And I don't know if there's any... I'm sure there is. Any Initial D fans out there. But I am a huge Initial D fan. Absolutely massive. Really excited about Final Stage 1 and Final Stage 2 coming out soon. That's going to be great. Hopefully they wrap it up nicely. But a little bit of an homage to Initial D right there. I did that the other day. Team Emperor. They're a bunch of douches, but you know what? It kind of fits with the whole LAN Evo thing. Moving on to the other side. Open the door up. The only other thing I did here, I don't know if you can even see it, I put some Rally Art pedals in there, down there, look. They do work quite well, actually. If your feet are wet and you're getting in the car, it's normally one of the first mods I actually do, whether a standard car or a modified car, is I change the pedals out, because the last thing you need is your feet slipping on pedals. Especially if you're like me and you wear a lot of sneakers and things like that, they do slip, and that kind of eliminates that. There you go, nice shot there. So, RX-7's gone, and the Evo is in. For how long, I couldn't tell you. I'm hoping to hang on to this one. I really am. Like, the wheels there, I just put brand new stock tech pads all round in there. When the car came in, it did need a few things. It did need a tie rod, as well as a tie rod. It also, like I said, it needed pads all round to pass the safety inspection. And the other thing it needed was a rear control arm. Now, I ordered new control arms for both sides, and I actually found that the other one was gone as well. So it's a good job I ordered the pair and not just the replacement one for the driver's side. But I want to show you these. These are just stunning. Look at that. That's DD Performance lower control arms. They're not cheap, but they come with all new bushings, and I did buy all new hardware from Mitsubishi, all new cam bolts and washers and everything to go in there, so it was all nice and shiny underneath. You can see it underneath there, look, nice and shiny and gold. HKS dragger's a bit dirty. So after I got all that done, I went and got it safetied, and at the same time I actually had the car fully balanced, and then I had the alignment and tracking done, laser alignment, to make sure everything was perfect and within spec, and it is absolutely spot on. So guys, plans for this one, like I said, I mean, I do plan on changing a few things. I will be changing that steering wheel. I've got a really nice Momo Drifter steering wheel for there. It's just basically a suede and black steering wheel. It'll fit quite nice, and I do have a quick release Boss kit for it that I'll be putting in, and I hope to show a video of that step by step as well, guys. So if anybody out there is looking to change a steering wheel in particular, like a Subaru or an Evo one, the guide is going to work for both quite well. But there we go, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 699. Reims blue, like I said, quite rare. Any questions, any comments, guys, please feel free to ask, and hopefully the next video, I'm hoping that I'll be able to afford a GoPro at some point and be able to get you out in it. But anyway, take care, guys. Bye now.